Michael, we're going to go up and talk about priorities. I'd like to get you to highlight your priorities, two or three priorities for the for this year in 2022. What are you all focused on right now?
So I think most of the federal government, as you're probably well aware, is in the midst of responding to and planning to implement much of the president's executive order on enhancing cybersecurity. And we're no different in that regard. There's a national security memorandum that talks about how to enhance cybersecurity across the board. A portion of that national security memorandum talks about, migrations to cloud, but then there's other components, multi-factor authentication, standardizing, auditing, and logging capabilities, and the retention requirements across the board. Zero trust, obviously, is a key tenet of that national security memorandum and the executive order. Securing software supply chain, and the list goes on and on. So the vast majority of our efforts are going to be focused on implementation of the precepts that are identified in that national security memorandum. Now, beyond just that, I will tell you that, and it's been mentioned here, I think, a little bit in the past, is as we move into this multi-cloud ecosystem, what's important for us, not only for a cybersecurity perspective, but from an operations perspective, is getting the telemetry off of the cloud service providers that is in the native format from those cloud service providers, but being able to then normalize that so that we have a standard single view of operational and performance issues as they're occurring in our multi-cloud ecosystem. And in the same vein, we're pulling off of that cybersecurity relevant information amongst those cloud service providers. So we want to be able to obviously understand performance characteristics as we have workloads running in one particular cloud service. What are the differences if we move that workload to a different cloud service provider? And then how do we, and this was something that Chris mentioned, right? How do we track security relevant audit and log information, identity access, identity credential management, PKI certifications across various different cloud service providers, so that we're seeing a comprehensive picture? Fraud detection was one of the things that was mentioned, I think, by Chris, but equally important to us from a cybersecurity perspective is understanding how identity and access and application and data access controls in one cloud service provider are accurately reflected in the other cloud service providers. So if you're making an application cloud data access decision in one cloud service provider, is the same individual or the same entity trying to make other access calls in other cloud service providers? And should that be normal as based on the application and how it's architected and where its data flows are, or should that be flagged as abnormal? Those are the types of things that I think we need to spend more time on over the course of this year, which we'll be doing to gain better insights into a comprehensive cybersecurity view across all the cloud service providers as they're operating in real time.